What if you wanted to use AI to write some code for you? Oh, yes, we could do that. I'm going to show you how to do that right now. A really basic overview of it, because what I thought I'll do is I'll keep adding to this and kind of show you what it is. So I wanted to use. I've been studying music theory for the last 5 years or so, and I have I wanted to write a little thing that would help me memorize the intervals between notes. Okay, so I went over to ChatGPT and I typed in here, I have a row of values containing the chromatic scale starting from A for a total of 13 values. And I also have an overlay with cutouts where the value of the chromatic scale appears for the following intervals: the major triad, the augmented triad, the dominant seventh, major six, suspended fourth, seven, sharp five, nine, add nine, 11, and 13. So I said, please make me a Three.js program so I can select the root note and then the intervals will be displayed, including the scale degrees. Okay, so that's what I wrote. And then AI created this code for me, this code right here. Okay. So I did some iterations and what have you, but when I got finally done with all of it, you got to take your code and the code that you get, you got to put it in what's called a development environment. Okay. And I use something called VS Code. That's what I recommend you use. Okay, so I wanted to just let you know where you go get VS Code from. Visual Studio Code. You can just download it. It's free. And then choose, after you go to the download, just go ahead and choose which machine you're going to run it on. When you bring up VS Code, it looks like something like this. And then I've got these files here that I've already created, and I'll open one of them. And this is the code that I got from GPT-5. And I can go ahead and run that code by clicking down here where it says go live. Okay, so this is the program that I'm running, and I have my relative modes. I have my modes from a major scale. I have my major diatonic modes. Basically, I'm going to show this one. So then I can see the scale degrees, and then I can listen to it. And this might mean much to you as a non-musician, but for me, this is a cool little tool. And I made several of them. I made several. I made here's for the intervals for the minor chords and arpeggios. And when you change the root note, it'll change the notes. So now this one will show me the major triads, the diminished. Okay, and I also have one for the major. Here's the intervals for the majors. Well, let me refresh that because I have an older version. And you can see I can change the key here and it shows the major triad, the augmented triads, etc. And these are the major ones. So I can also listen to them by clicking on here. Okay, so now you'll notice that when I'm in here, when I'm in this VS Code and then I go and I want to see what the code does, it pops up this guy, right? And you can see from the address in here that this is running locally on my computer. Okay, so it's not quite out there live in the internet yet. So what we want to do is we want to copy that code into some place where it will be live. So I'm going to stop sharing this and we'll go over to that. There's a platform I use that I build all my websites and all that stuff. And I am going to share it with you here. And then in here, what we did is I created a couple pages in here. I have one for the modes. And the way this works is I was just wanted to take that code that GPT-5 created for me and stick it over here in this area where I can paste code. So I paste the code in here. And then when I go ahead and publish that page, well, I didn't make any changes, but it's published. Then what it does is it pops up in the, see now this one isn't running locally. This one's actually running out there in internet land. And as you can see, it's the same one where I can pick all my harmonic minor modes, for instance, and I can listen to what that sounds like. Adjust the volume. Okay, so anyway, that's how you do it. And then if you can take code if you can take code and create code and stick it into a place where it runs on the computer, then you can also take code and stick it in a robot. And that's what's next. So things are going to get very, very interesting. Okay, stay tuned for the next lesson on this because there's a whole lot. I just scratched the surface here.